Help me, man. My attention span is strange. What do I do? Move. Get outside and exercise. Just kidding. So, it was about the thinker, the designer, Buckminster Fuller, developing a system of geometry based on first principles, which I'm a huge fan of first principles. If we take a detour, I like the first principles of functional patterns. The idea that our training should revolve, center around, and focus upon primarily the gait cycle, the way that people walk, run, and throw. And that being the signature human movement, all that time evolving towards this specific form for the function of locomotion. And talking about form and function to the extent that we are beginning to can show us a lot even when it comes to plants. Here, with the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine in front of me, I'm very curious about the different kind of plants. Given the idea of tensegrity, it balances tension and compression. It's a self-stress structure. Tensile structure, self-stressed, has a level of pre-stress, which is integral to the structure. It's always under a particular amount of tension, which gives it its form. The tension between these strut pieces, which in the sculptures by Snelson are metal, and then either steel cables or slightly elastics for those tension pieces. And by joining them together at particular angles, they can almost free float. And even the segments become intertwined with each other, but can also deviate within larger segments. The sculptor, Snelson, uh, North Carolina, Fuller gave a lecture on the geometry underpinning his vision of tension and compression as the most versatile forces in nature. Witness to this is Kenneth Snelson, and he was mesmerized by this man, Buckminster Fuller, the master of the geodesic dome, they call him. And Snelson was chosen to help him with the construction of the models. And he was so impressed that he returned a year later with his own pieces. He couldn't put it down. Even after he left Buckminster Fuller, Snelson kept working on it. Energetic geometry, forces at play in energetic system, like in an atom. And in this atom, there are forces of tension and compression. The idea of blocks on top of blocks supporting compressive loads. So that is a part of this. If you think of like arches distributing weight downwards,